It's been
10, 11,
What the fuck?
12, 13, 14, 15.
This is why we haven't done this in weeks, Dan. God damn it.
And there's our cold open.
I hate this. Welcome back to the Packie Run podcast. I'm your host, AJ Lagambina.
And I am Dan Mayotte. Welcome back. We haven't done this in a bit.
I already regret it.
We were like, oh, maybe, we like.
There's been no better time to hear this sound though. That's the one. Are you drinking Bud Light? Is that a small blue can I see in your hands?
It's so we'll get right into what we're drinking this episode. I am drinking Trader Joe's Boat Swan American IPA.
That's fine. All I saw was the blue can behind the microphone and I was very concerned for a second.
I mean, dude, I can't drink anything that's Bud Light or anything Bud related because it just gives me a headache.
None of it tastes good.
What are you drinking this evening?
I am drinking...
It looks like the same thing as always, or one of the things as always.
It is an old standby that it's been sitting in the fridge for a while, actually. I've had one. I've been holding on to one for when we actually got around to recording a podcast and doing the whole thing. I'm back on my...
It's been, what is it, 2 weeks, 3 weeks?
3 weeks, I think.
Damn, that's too long. We can't... We'll make a deal with you folks listening at home. We won't take another 3-week break again like this. Just life ends up happening, which we'll get right into.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, as far as what I'm drinking, I'm back on my Narragansett bullshit. You know, of all the cheap beers, it is by far my favorite. It goes down easy. There's a little bit of complexity in it. It's not quite just like... It's not like PBR or High Life or something like that where you just feel like you're drinking corn or you're drinking nothing. You know, there's a little bit slight
it's
hoppiness
just one
to
note.
It, stuff like that. Yeah. It's slightly more complex than like your standard cheap beer, but it's also definitively a cheap beer.
Yeah.
So yeah, we've gone over what we're drinking. We've done the intro. We're right back on it. We're doing the thing.
We're doing it, baby. We're doing it.
On that note, Dan, why have we been gone for 3 weeks?
Well, moving state lines is a very involving task.
And switching jobs is as well. So
yeah. So like I've been moving to Boston. I've been trying to get settled and like figuring things out. Like we'll probably I'm not gonna get into all the stories tonight. But probably over the course of like some time, I will say like a bunch of stories about like this move because there are some like Larry David, Curb Your Enthusiasm type moments to it. Across state lines, that makes it all the much difficult. Like it's not down the street, Boston, New York. And we did like 3 different trips to get stuff into Boston. But finally settled, finally got furniture set up, finally got my whole rig.
Yeah, you have like a whole little recording area now.
Yeah, I have like a dedicated desk to it where I have like some like old pictures and like some of my baseball and basketball cards hanging up. I got like a Brooklyn Nets towel hanging up, so like always reminded of Brooklyn. As well as I have my replica of a Super Bowl ring that my mom bought me for Christmas one year.
Which I do have to say is so sick.
Yeah, I mean, it's a replica. It's probably not worth much to sell it, but it means a lot in the sense that it's kind of Patriots related. And
well, it's not that
Tom
different.
Brady.
It's not
Tom
that
Brady
different
got
for me
down.
and my. No, go ahead.
Tom Brady got down on one knee, kissed me on the lips, like his children. and gave it to me too. That's what I told my girlfriend. She then was like, okay, like,
yeah, I'm sure she took that well.
yeah,
Nah, stuff like
she
that.
knows who I'm really dating.
So while you were moving across state lines, I have transitioned into a new full-time job with my company, which will remain nameless. But I now spend 8 hours a day.
When are you going to reveal it?
When I'm not working for them anymore, because they are. I can safely say that they are a multinational, massive company that is involved.
Saying they're multinational, multi-billion dollar, like that's like an understatement.
Yes, but they do have fairly strict rules about what you say about them, and I have no doubt that they are able to. If somebody wanted to hear me, I'm not sure that I had, like, make no bones about it, I have no importance when it comes to this company.
Right.
But, like, if they wanted to dig up dirt on me, they could very easily. And the last thing that I want is to besmirch a company that has done well by me for the most part.
I mean, the only embarrassing thing that they will find on you, like the dirt, which isn't really dirt by itself, is like, they'll be like, oh, this kid was in a weird cover band in college
that had a definitively offensive name. Yeah, Beat Pie has come up in a lot of conversations over the past couple of weeks, and it just makes me miss playing music.
Yeah.
So I'm getting, but I've got some plans. Like I said, I transitioned roommates, and he kind of left me hanging. He broke my washing machine on the last night that he was here, and also canceled our internet service at the last possible second. So
wait, what? He was in charge of the internet?
The internet was in his name. We were going to spend some time and figure out how to transition it into my name, and then in the middle of me working. In the middle of a phone call, because I answer phones now for a living, which is, if anybody knows me, knows that, like, that's a stretch. Basically, he came up to me midway through a phone call, and once I was off the phone call, it was basically like, yeah, I talked to AT&T, I accidentally canceled the service, and I can't figure out how to get it, back, so we're going to need to talk about that. So instead, I went and started my own internet service and got a better deal than what we had. But so I think in the long run, it'll be fine. But yeah, that was frustrating. And then not to mention the fact that while the Bruins were in their second overtime, my washing machine in the next room over started making ungodly mechanical, like, wrenching sounds.
Yeah.
So tomorrow, I believe my washing machine and my internet will both be restored to their former glory, and I'll be back on the right track. But yeah, it's been a week. Not to mention the fact that since we last did this podcast, I've been doing some, like, an insane amount of training for this new kind of position that I'm in and everything else. Like, yeah, there's a good reason why we took a few weeks off here.
Yes, we weren't just messing around the whole time, and we were doing stuff.
Mm-hmm. But nobody else was messing around either. We saw the downfall of the Bruins in the playoffs for the second year in a row.
Yes, I'll say this to start it off. I don't take pride in the Bruins losing. I
lay it on me, Dan.
I don't take pride in, like, the Bruins losing. But I think that's what the owner deserves. Like, after laying off all their employees, their team losing. Oh man, did you watch the video that I like sent you?
I did, and it was. I will admit that it was remarkably on point. A video, basically, it was basically a scathing review, I guess is the right word, of the Boston sports media. And it was accurate.
I thought it was pinpoint accurate. If you want to watch the video, it's by one of my favorite YouTubers. His name is called Urinating Tree, and he makes these videos that just basically like shit on teams, and kind of like laughing in like a very satirical manner. But the video that we're talking about is how to become a member of the Boston sports media, and
It's spot on.
There was like one tweet particular that like a big Boston sports media person said. He was basically, I'm gonna basically paraphrase what he said. It was like, oh, this is all Rask's fault. Like, he had to be selfish, blah, 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 blah. This is all his fault. He's why we lost. Rask not being there was not the reason the Bruins lost.
And it wasn't Halak either. I've said it to more than a couple of people. Like, that kid made every effort, and so many of the goals that got past him would have gotten past Rask too. Like, he had a couple of obvious gaffes. There were a couple of plays where it was just not. The
defense broke down. Like, I mean, Chara's old. I love Chara, but like the man is 42 at this point. Not exactly a spring chicken.
The 2 or 3 goals that were scored by other teams because Charlie McAvoy deflected pucks into the net,
which is like bad luck. Like,
yeah, exactly. That's bad luck. That's not Halak's fault. That's not even really McAvoy's fault. But like,
McAvoy was doing his job. It just bounced the wrong way. The Bruins just ran into a very hot Lightning team. I mean, like, the Lightning just put up 8 on the Islanders in the final, like the conference finals.
I believe so.
That is astronomical. You don't put 8 goals in hockey. You don't score them like that quickly.
Nope. Not unless. Did you watch the game where they put in the rookie, where they put in Vladar into the goal?
I did not.
It was like early in the third period, and the Bruins were trailing, and we put in a true spring chicken. Like, we pulled this kid up from Providence on our way into the bubble, and they pulled Halak, put in Vladar, and it was just open season on that kid. And there is nobody in professional sports that I feel worse for than I don't even know his full name. I just know his last name is Vladar. I feel terrible for that guy, and for the most part, like 99.99% of all of this is like, it's like, as far as playing the blame game or whatever with the Bruins, like,
right,
there isn't much blame to go around, really. We have an aging team, and we lost our starter goalie, kind of when it really mattered. And
I mean, like,
that's fine.
Tuukka did what any normal person would have done.
And I get that, like, the very initial reaction, like on game day when Rask decided that he wasn't going to be playing, like, the initial reaction by the media and stuff makes perfect sense to me. Like, what the hell is going on? Like, you're just abandoning your team? Like, what the hell? Like, so that's classic Boston sports media, and I get that.
Yeah.
But like, the fact that dragged on for days, and it wasn't that long after he made the announcement that he was leaving that there were a bunch of people that were kind of referring to the fact that, hey, this guy's got like a 3-month-old child. Like, there are other responsibilities that he probably has, and staying in a bubble in Canada might not be the best option for a new father and things like that. So,
Rask, I feel bad for Rask. Like, he has been, like, even 10 years ago when he first was started with the Bruins, he's
no Tim Thomas.
He's been criticized every single chance, which I don't understand why Boston sports fans and the Boston media hate Rask so much. I think you could probably say like 20 teams in the NHL would kill to have a goalie like Rask. He is one of the most consistent goalies in the league.
That's real.
But Boston makes him,
dude.
Yeah, Boston makes him out to be like, oh, Rask is the worst player on the team. He's no Tim Thomas. Oh, blah, blah. Like, it's like, okay, like, I love Tim Thomas. Tim Thomas was fantastic.
He is He is a significant reason why we hoisted the cup in 2011, but like...
Well, like, Rask has helped us to get to 2 more cups.
Well, I mean...
And we lost both of them, but it's not his fault.
Yeah, and it's a Boston thing, you know? We love a scapegoat. We love a reason. You know, look at the curse of the Bambino. Look at...
Right.
You know, look at every losing Patriots season that we've had for the past 20 years.
Look at Bill Buckner. Like, Bill Buckner.
How many times does Buckner break your heart? Every time.
Every time. Oop, you're like frozen there.
You were frozen too.
Oh, shit. So we'll probably fix that.
Yeah.
But, like, Bill Buckner was blamed for so much of his, like, career. Like, he wasn't forgiven until, like, after the second championship. And even after that, he was like, I don't want to be back. Like, you blame him?
No. It's the blessing and the curse. It's the blessing and the curse of Boston sports. You know,
if they love you, they love you. But if you do something, we can't get over it. We can't get out of our own way.
Yeah, we want nothing more than a scapegoat when we're not on the winning side of something. It's always this one thing. It's a bunch of, you know, armchair expert, you know, Monday morning coaching weirdness.
Yeah.
And that's like, it's, like I said, it's a blessing and a curse. The cool part is that, like, we're invested. Like, it's a community thing. I was explaining it to somebody the other day. I was saying to somebody, I think it was the day after, or 2 days after the Bruins were knocked out, where I was like, it's kind of sad that I would be feeling a little bit better about, you know, everything if I still was able to watch the Bruins.
Right.
And it's like, you know, you're invested. That's your home team. That's your thing. You know, that's part of, there's something about the city of Boston where it becomes part of your identity. But the flip side of that is that when you're on the losing side of things, you also take it entirely too personally. And when we have, you know, when you have these insane friggin', you know, media personalities talking about sports and stuff like that, like, it gets real tiring real quick.
Oh, yeah. Like, WEEI is one of the worst and best things in Boston.
Oh, same. WEEI, Nesson, 98.5 The Sports Hub, like, name it. Some of the Boston Globe sports section guys are, you know, sometimes they're on and they've got the perfect take and they've got the perfect thing to kind of explain everything that's going on and whatever. And sometimes you read whatever they have to say or you listen to them and it's just like beating your head against a wall. Like,
I remember I had like a book of like, it was like commemorating like the first part of the Patriots dynasty, like 2001, 2003, 2004. And it showed the predictions on what these like sports people in Boston were like thinking of like what the Patriots record would be that year. All of them were wrong. Like, there was one by Bob Ryan, who's, when I think of like a Boston sports reporter, I think of like Bob Ryan. I think 2001, he said the Patriots are going to go like 6-10. And then like 2003, like 8-8. 2004, they were going to go like I forget what it was, but like all of them were like significantly off. And it's like, you can't trust everything that you read.
Yeah.
Especially like this Patriots team, this inclination of what's happening with the Patriots.
This is the best, like the current Patriots roster, which we can get into if you want to, is like the best dark horse story in sports right now. Like, nobody knows what to do with the Patriots because everybody outside of the Boston, like, obviously the Boston media is hyping it up a lot. They're covering every inch of this, like, as they should and as they always have done. But even the national sports media,
Mike Reese has done a fantastic job covering like Patriots camp. He's like the ESPN Patriots reporter.
But it's so funny watching some of the more like national guys trying to figure out what's going on with the Patriots and stuff. And everybody's just kind of hedging their bets because the entire national media after Brady left was like, well, it's the beginning of the end. Like, the dynamic duo is finally separated, and, Brady's got all these weapons over here, so he's probably going to look good, and Belichick's dealing with nothing, and what are we going to do, and the Patriots is over, and whatever. And now, like, it's funny how subtly everybody in the national media is just kind of rolling it back, and they're like, shit, Cam Newton he's looking better than he's looked in a while. The little bit of film that we've been able to see is pretty good. He's in the workout room, and everybody, even Belichick, is hyping him up. And Belichick's a mastermind. And, oh no, what if our worst nightmare is coming true again?
And Bill doesn't hype up a lot of people, like, very often, but, like, he is hyping Cam up. Like, there's been, like, several interviews. He's just like, yeah, Cam Newton is our guy. He is looking good. I like Cam. I think he's also saying all the right things at this point too.
And in a way that's beyond, like, it's beyond the pale too. It's so funny to watch somebody who is playing the exact game that Belichick wants his players to play. Like, it is like he's doing things the Patriot way, in the way that he's doing with the media and everything else. But he's also, like, so quintessentially his own person. Like, the way that he's answering social justice questions, and even, like, more of the pointed questions about the team and things like that. He is still so definitively Cam Newton. But, like, anybody, including myself, like, it's proving me wrong when the signing first came, like, through the rumor mill and everything else. I'm sitting there and I'm like, oh my God. Like, this guy might be the answer for a couple of years.
He came out like a few days ago and he was like, this is a match made in heaven. Like, this is where I want to be. And I'm like, really? Like, Cam Newton said that? Like
2 years ago, 3 years ago, 4 years ago, 5, like, all the way back to the MVP season for him and everything else. If somebody had told you that Cam Newton was going to be playing for the Patriots and him and Bill Belichick would be having, like, the most beautiful honeymoon period in professional sports right now,
I would say you're
wrong. You'd be laughed out of the fucking room.
Yeah, like, I wouldn't have expected that. Hopefully it continues, and hopefully, like, he does. I just hope for his sake he bounces back and proves everyone wrong. Like, Cam Newton is so motivated to work hard this season, and I'm excited to see them on Sunday. Like, this is going to be the first time we have, like, seen him play in a Patriots uniform.
And I think it's going to be, I don't think it's going to be the greatest thing since sliced bread, Like, it's NFL football. There's a learning curve. There's a thing when it comes to, fans in the stands or not being in a new system. It's just going to take time. It's the same thing that I roll my eyes every time there's talk about how incredible this Tampa Bay Buccaneers team is and how fantastic Brady's going to be and how they're Super Bowl favorites and everything else. Like, okay.
If I had to place bets, and, like, this may be a hot take, I think Cam Newton has a better chance of getting into the playoffs this year than Tom Brady. That might be a hot take.
I think it is. I think it's a pretty hot take. I don't disagree with you. I just think it's anybody's guess. And we were talking about it a little bit before we hit record, we haven't had a preseason. We haven't had a lot of ability to actually see what's going on outside of media coverage and, like, what the players are posting on their social media. So it's all anybody's guess right now. Outside of Lamar Jackson probably having, like, an incredible year, and the fact that the fact that the Kansas City Chiefs are still the scariest team in the NFL right now. Like, other than that, it's anybody's league.
Right.
Like, it's like none of it, no team, no organization, nothing has faced something like what we're going through right now. But also, like, the cards have been shuffled so deeply that, like, who knows?
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
It's based on everything that we're hearing and everything that we're seeing. Like, it's looking really good for the Patriots, and it's looking really good for Tampa Bay with Tom Brady and Gronk back and everything else. Kansas City is pretty much the same team that they were last year. That's scary. Similar with the 49ers. But, like, if you take it just at that, if you take the information that you're getting at just that level, then, like, dude, the Buffalo Bills are terrifying right now. That's the
I mean,
thing with the preseason is that
a lot of people are picking the Buffalo Bills this season to make some moves. I mean, I can see why.
I've also got a couple of people in my life that are Buffalo fans that I think would love nothing more than finally having a fair shake in the NFL. But also,
I mean, if
I
I
need
saw
somebody to pick on.
But that's why we have the Jets.
There's also that.
I
love that deep green color on their jerseys because that's my
I
color.
love-
It makes my eyes pop. But
I
the
love
Jets are
nothing more than to see the Jets fail every year. What a butt fumble of a franchise that is.
a butt fumble of a franchise.
Like Mark
They should
Sanchez.
make posters. They should make posters. The New York
Mark
Jets,
Sanchez.
the butt fumble of the NFL.
If I could think of one play that encapsulates the Jets, it is just Mark Sanchez running into his offensive lineman's butt. That is the only thing. They're a butt fumble. That play is such a fail, and the Jets have been nothing but a failure for the past 50 years, and that is their franchise.
The only thing with that is that we got to be careful because Boston sports teams were that way. All of the Boston sports teams, that's the way that everybody covered them for a while too. And I was talking to somebody on chorus.fm because I've become welcome to quarantine. I'm back on forum sites. I was talking to somebody because they had a thread for the NHL playoffs.
Yeah.
And somebody was saying this is, what you're seeing with the Bruins and what most people think that they've seen with the Patriots in this offseason. That is the logical conclusion to all of our sports teams selling their soul and being able to be the most winningest teams for 20 straight years. Is that the pride comes before the fall. So I'm also trying to be really careful with that kind of thing where it's yep, that's my hometown and those are my teams. And, I put my full support behind the Bruins and I put my heart and soul into this team for another year and they shot the bed for the second year in a row. I'm both heartbroken and also a little bit thankful that in the case of the Bruins, they decided to do it in the second round of the playoffs rather than getting me to Game 7 of the Stanley Cup Finals and then losing.
But also
on their home turf, home ice, whatever.
But also this year doesn't really count. It counts, sure, but it doesn't really count.
I think in some ways, I actually think it counts more. Because that's one of the things with playoff sports in general is that there's always a frenetic pace. There's always a frenetic pace to playoff sports. Whether it's football, where every week is an elimination round, baseball, every game in the playoffs counts. In hockey, every game of the playoffs counts, right?
Yeah.
So the fact that we had the best team in hockey and then they hit the pause button and then
all about momentum, baby.
Exactly.
They lost all that momentum.
Kind of, but that's also counterintuitive to the way that we talk about sports in any other year, where it's always every year in the playoffs, they always make a big deal about, are the Patriots going to get a bye week? Are they going to be able to get healthy? Are they going to be able to get themselves set and everything else? I don't think that's so much different in any other sport. The fact that the Bruins had this time to get people healthy and to get themselves into the bubble and everything else, we should have come out swinging. And I guess it's kind of on me and on the fans as a whole for thinking that they shot the bed in the 3 round robin games. It's no big deal. Those games don't count. We're waiting. We know that we're going to be in the playoffs and everything else. And then we got to the playoffs and even on the games that we won, it was yep, glad we scraped that one out. That's not a way to win a game. That's not a way to win a championship. So, I mean, welcome to the world, I guess. But
would you want them to blow it all up, or would you want them to run it back with some of their pieces and just retool some of what they got?
I think I'd like to see for one more year them try and work with some of the pieces that they've got. I think that maybe because there's a couple of the bigger name players. I think Torrey Krug's one of them. There's a couple of players that we might be able to switch out and things like that. I'd like to see them try to work with the same kind of core for one more year, because I mean, 2 years in a row getting to the playoffs, especially this year where going into the playoffs, we were absolutely the favorites to go and win it all. Like,
Right.
that's something. Take what you can. Like you said, Zdeno Chara, all 7 feet of him, great. He's still a great player. He's still playing a lot of like good fundamental defensive hockey, but he's not attacking the puck the way that he needs to in a defensive position and things like that. But he's still a great defensive player. Patrice Bergeron, as far as money is concerned, it might be time for Bergeron to go, which is a sacrilegious thing to say as a Bruins fan and as a Bergeron fan.
Right.
I actually, who told me? Somebody that I work with who's a big hockey fan told me that if I broke my nose, I'd look like Patrice Bergeron.
I don't know about that.
I thought for a second about maybe trying to slam my head against a wall and then thought better of it, but
Dude, I'll just punch you in the face.
That's fair. I say enough stupid ass things.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd like to see them try to make another run of it, and if we can't make it work next year, then yeah, it might be time to just let's go and really, put something together from the ground up instead of trying to incorporate the pieces that everybody loves and, trying to make something work. Let's get first and foremost, let's get the world right, and then let's go and try and get ourselves to a point where, we might be able to truly rebuild that team. Right.
Because I don't know. I don't know if their window is shut off or what the deal is. Islanders are what? Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, I think for some of the players that window is shutting, and that is shutting real quick. But I think as far as most of the higher ups are concerned, and a lot of like the baseline things, like if we get rid of Charlie McAvoy, that's a sin. Like that kid has so much promise, it's insane.
He is young, and he's probably the best player on that team.
If we need to hang on to some veterans, of all of them, I think Pasternak is probably the one who should stay and kind of be able to help the youngins out and everything else. But like Bruce Cassidy, besides the fact that he let Vladar in with like 2 minutes into a third period and just let the Tampa Bay Lightning just run all over him. Other than that, he's done a great job coaching and everything else. Like, I don't think it's a coaching kind of thing. I think it's the fact that we just have a rapidly aging team that really needs some new blood. But the downside of new blood is that it takes time to get them to play at the level we want them to.
Yeah, that's true. But we'll see with them. Hopefully they make the right moves. Wonder who's going to be in the cup. I hope it's the Islanders.
Oh, well, yeah. You guys got a little bit of work to get there, though.
I mean, we got slammed by the Lightning 8-2. So we'll see. We'll see what will happen. But we mentioned briefly the Patriots, but they are facing the Dolphins this week. I don't know who the Dolphins' starting quarterback is going to be this week. It might be Ryan Fitzpatrick, or it might be the young rookie Tua. But
Tua. I think there's some people that would be very happy to see Tua.
Oh, probably. I mean, like, they would love to. I mean, same thing with Ryan Fitzpatrick. I mean, like, Dolphins are not a good team, despite all the moves that they made this offseason. Are we playing there, or what are we doing as far as, or is it in New England?
That's a great question.
I'm looking that up right now because I am, like, curious.
You do that. I'm going to grab a beer real quick.
All right. Yeah, that's the move. You gotta do that power move, man.
Well, I got.
So it is.
I got the day off tomorrow, so it's at Gillette.
Yeah, it's at Gillette.
It bodes well.
So,
kind of.
I mean, there's no fans no matter what.
Well, the real question is TJ Connolly going to be the DJ for Gillette Stadium, even if there's no fans? Because if we don't have the DJ playing the right music at the right time, then what's the point?
We should tweet at him from the Packie Run podcast.
Anybody who listens, This episode will be up Thursday morning as usual. So tweet. It's at Senator John. Senator spelled the way that it is. John spelled John. Somebody tweeted Senator John. Ask TJ Connolly if he's going to be still DJing at Gillette because we need him.
I mean, I hope so, but like, what's the point of him playing Living on a Prayer and there's no fans to scream it right back?
Oh,
after he stops playing it.
Now you're interested in hearing Living on a Prayer. You clowned on me for that take.
No, I clowned on you for making it one of the best Boston sports anthems, which is not. It's not. This is fundamentally. What?
I said, do go on. Go ahead, roast me again. It's been a while.
It's not even in the top 5. It wouldn't make the Mount Rushmore. It's like that Nomar take that you had from like one of the first episodes.
I stand by it.
I disagree with you, and I don't know any listeners that disagree with it, but like they should disagree with that take.
Oh, every listener disagrees with it. I got roasted by my own fucking blood.
Yeah, by your own family because it's a terrible take. Sponsored by a shitty take.
All right, I'll take the hate. I'd like to.
But anyways,
I'd like to thank my haters for getting me to the point in my life where I am now. laughing at terrible things and feeling bad about the state of the world. I'd like to thank my haters for bringing me here.
I'd like to thank the Academy.
Yeah, I'd like to thank the Academy for giving me this honor of being
a piece of shit.
Every single person in my life that loves me right now listened to you saying that and went, he's not that bad, but also yeah.
I mean, you're not that bad.
Not the easiest person to get along with, but hey, listen, I'm okay with who I am, Dan.
As long as you're comfortable with it. As long as you're comfortable getting roasted.
I'm okay with getting roasted, and I'm okay with getting roasted because I'm getting roasted by people that love me and they want better for me.
That's fair. That's fair.
Despite the fact that they're not going to get better from me. You're not going to get me to change that Nomar take. He's on my Mount Rushmore, and if you don't like it, fuck you.
Yeah. I mean, I can't change your mind. Can't fix stupid.
That's part of the charm, Dan. And by
what
the
charm,
I mean, yeah, exactly. What charm? That's part of the thing, though. At least I know where I stand, right? At least I'm like sure in my own thoughts as a human. I'm not gonna flip flop because you want me to change.
I mean, we talked about it recently, or like not recently, but we talked about it on a past episode where I mentioned something about Bernie Sanders never changing his like viewpoints on things. And you're like, well, I mean, changing your viewpoint kind of like shows progress. And I'm like, okay, fair enough.
In some respects. And like, I think politics is one of the things where people really need to kind of learn that lesson. Like, you do kind of live and learn, especially in that field. And I think we need to be better about those kind of things. But also, like, as human beings, there are times where it's just like, I'd rather you just stick to your guns and own up to being whatever you are rather than, flip-flopping because you're feeling the pressure.
That's fair. Now, TJ and Living on a Prayer, and if he's going to be playing that on Sunday.
We need him.
We do. It's just like Hell's Bells when the other team gets like a third down or something like that.
Hell's Bells. Every time the Patriots get a first down, Thunderstruck. I'm not big on AC/DC. Of all the classic rock bands, I find AC/DC to be the least interesting.
I mean, it's the same drum beat every single time, and it's just
the same music every single time.
And Angus Young just like jamming on the guitar.
Yeah, Angus Young, guitar god, no question about it. But like, of all the music that you could be listening to, like they've got some hits. Add them to your playlists, absolutely. But like I've got a hot take.
Oh, what's your hot take? We're in the hot take chamber.
Going into the hot take chamber, AC/DC is the Nickelback of classic rock. Every song is the same. Now, some of those songs are stone cold classics. There's no denying. But they have absolute bangers.
AC/DC,
but they don't have a lot of them.
AC/DC doesn't have like the Chad Kroeger like effect.
No. And that's why I say they're the Nickelback of classic rock, because all of the issues that most people take with Nickelback, every song sounds the same. It's always the same albums. They have they just have so many similar formulas that they always go back to. That's AC/DC. So
I mean, they
you gotta be consistent.
That, but I'll say this, like, go through some of Nickelback's lyrics and they are like literally god awful, cringy. Like there's like one song where
Dan. Don't go down this road, because I have one song by AC/DC that will completely undo the argument that you're going down.
Let's compete against this, okay?
Let's go.
Nickelback has, I think it's either a bridge, and it's someone and someone sitting in a tree, FUCKING, just like in that like classic like kid.
I like your pants around your feet. I like the way you look at me.
Is this Nickelback or AC/DC?
Up at me. Yeah, that's Nickelback.
Okay.
Nickelback's got some shit.
You're
absolutely right.
Like the charm of Nickelback is their cringy lyrics. I mean, AC/DC. What?
Their charm? Question mark.
I mean, I use charm very loosely.
Clearly.
Loosely, but also AC/DC definitely has some cringy songs in the catalog there.
Well, there is also the argument to be made that like AC/DC is the product of their time. Like AC/DC, Aerosmith, the Rolling Stones. Like, name a classic rock band. They got some questionable ones in there. Nickelback is consistently just even the parts where Nickelback is trying to be like, what was that? What was the piano ballad one that they had forever ago?
I don't know.
Something about if everyone cared. Like,
didn't they do a song with Avril Lavigne? I know Chad Kroeger was married to Avril Lavigne at one point.
Oh man, I remember that. I don't remember if they did a song with her or something, but like,
I think I remember hearing
undeniable. Both bands have some questionable kind of content as a whole, I guess. But yeah, AC/DC also has the high-minded, just beautifully arranged, I've got big balls. He's got big balls. But we've got the biggest balls of them all. Like,
all right. I mean,
okay,
AJ,
so we're back in 6th grade. This is fantastic.
AJ, get your mind out of the gutter, okay? Okay? Get your mind out of the gutter. I will not take this kind of crap. He's talking about parties. Like, they've got...
Jesus Christ.
Come on. That's what he's talking about here. Like
Yeah,
you know how
they're talking about parties.
Yeah, you know how like Cinderella went to the ball? Yeah, those kind of like parties and everything. Except probably more booze and more drugs and undesirable things, but with all sarcasm aside.
I love that. That was the answer I was looking for out of you. That was perfect.
That is a thing, and I thought it was the funniest thing in 6th grade. So yeah, I mean, your statement's not wrong.
And I'm on the same wavelength as you. 6th grade, middle school AJ. I was all over it.
Someone wrote a song about balls. That's so funny.
Oh man. But they I think the point that I was trying to make was like, well, when I went into the hot take chamber, the thing that I was trying to say is that, like, you know, there are other classic rock bands, the Aerosmiths and Black Sabbath and like bands of that ilk, where it's like you pushed something forward, you did things differently, you progressed. They weren't progressive bands because that's a genre, which is anybody claiming to be.
Who cares about Dream Theater?
Who? I'd like to know.
That's how I feel about Tool too. But like, then again, I saw.
Don't get me started.
Just because it's complicated doesn't mean it's good. There are some good, simple songs out there, and you don't need like symphonic riffs and like all this other crap to make it good. Like,
I think in 10 years, The Downfall of Us All by A Day to Remember is going to be on classic rock radio. It's simple. It's an open D chord or an open C chord. I forget which key the band plays in. That it's one note. Like the thing that everybody knows is one note. It's da 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 da. That, like, that's so simple. Like, it's something that I used to say when I was really, really kind of going through my music critic writing reviews and being hypercritical of everything that I was listening to and everything else. It's one of the things that I would throw at people all the time, where I'm like, these hardcore bands in the vein of like A Day to Remember and stuff, they're not playing anything revolutionary. Like, It's an open D chord. I can teach a monkey how to play that. Rest your hands on the string and just strum in the right pattern. You're good. You don't even have to hold down any frets. Like
a palm mute or whatever.
Yeah, but that's in that song specifically, and some other ones too. Like, that's so effective, especially as an album opener. Like
that is one of the best album openers, I would say.
Like, it's become a meme. A Day to Remember they had their phase, and now they're constantly, by myself, absolutely, but by a lot of other people as well. They're being compared to, Rise Against, and just like they've clearly aimed for more of like a radio rock kind of representation or something like that, which is fine. Like, that's how bands go sometimes. That's fine. But like,
they'll always be bigger than Rise Against, though. That's the thing.
I think so. I don't think they've quite nailed. I don't think A Day to Remember have quite nailed the dynamic between like nailing the folky soft song while also being this like quote unquote heavy punk band or whatever.
Right.
Because Rise Against have a little bit more of that working man ethic kind of thing. That almost Springsteen-like quality of like the Swing Life Away or Prayer of the Refugee and things like that. Like, they definitely have more of that like blue collar America kind of bent to them.
Yeah.
But that the point that I was originally trying to make is just that, like, yeah, they have that on lock. Like, sometimes that simplicity is just exactly what's called for, and sometimes that's better than going for the Dream Theater ridiculous prog rock, whatever.
Like,
yeah,
I would have to disagree with your hot take. I don't see a Downfall of Us All being on classic rock radio in 10 years. Maybe 20. Like, we're just at the point now where we're seeing like bands like Nirvana on classic rock. We're like starting to get to that point now.
I think it's been a couple of years of seeing that kind of thing. I think they started to be on kind of classic rock radio when we were getting into college. So it's been 5 or 6 years of that. But in the long term of like mainstream kind of music media and stuff like that, yeah, we're just seeing like kind of that Blink-182.
We got to see Fall Out Boy. We got to see Paramore on there, like on the classic rock radio.
Yeah, I can see that. Yep.
Like, I would pick those bands beforehand. Dude, that better not be Corona.
I've got the Rona.
Don't even say that, dude. You can't even joke around about that.
I've been looking at the same fucking... I can't say the same 4 walls because I've been in different rooms. I've been looking at the same 12 walls for how long? I've been safe, unlike some of you dumb fucks down here in Nashville, let me tell you.
I was up in New Hampshire this weekend, and there were many times when I remember walking to like a Dunkin' Donuts and like a couple people weren't wearing masks. Live free or die.
I forget who the comedian is that originally said this, but it's like, the state motto of New Hampshire is live free or die. The thing is, that's not just a saying, that's a demand. Live free or die. Like, that's gun to your head, live free or die.
Yeah.
You're going to live free or you're going to die. Choose.
True. New Hampshire's a hell of a place.
New Hampshire's a wild, just weird area.
I mean, I'll say this. I'm lucky that I lived close enough to the border of New Hampshire that, like, if I ever had to make a big purchase, they got no sales tax, baby.
Hell yeah.
Like, Massachusetts is like, oh, yeah, we have tax-free weekend. I'm like, why would I ever participate in that when I can just, like, drive up the road 30 minutes to Nashua?
Listen here, Ed Markey. It's tax-free weekend every weekend up in New Hampshire.
Yeah. They just pay for it in, like, their property taxes. But guess what? I don't live in New Hampshire, so no property taxes for me.
I'm glad I don't have a view tax. My porch has a very nice sunset view. I can set up a chair and just look as the sun sets over the horizon. I'm glad that I'm not getting taxed for that the way that I would if I was in the great state of New Hampshire. Which, by the way...
Hold on. I'm on the phone with the IRS right now.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I'm calling them to get them to your house to tax you for that. Dude, you got some back taxes, man.
Do I?
Yeah. Oh man, those damn scammers who are like, hello, this is the IRS. You owe us $3,000 and we're gonna arrest you unless you buy us Target gift cards.
You know the number of calls that I get in my day job about things like that?
Yeah. How many?
Too
they
many.
Think you're a scammer?
No, they think that they want to call and ask if my company is actually part of this whole thing. They're like, "Is this a real thing? I got a call from the IRS that said that if I buy these gift cards, that I'll be able to pay off my back taxes, and that's a concern for me." It's like
the IRS.
Hold on.
The IRS doesn't just call you.
Think about this for like 30 seconds.
Right.
Do you think this major corporation that I work for is actually in cahoots with them? And again, I won't name names, but like we had some knockdown dragouts with the Senate and the United States Congress about privacy issues and things like that. Like
AJ works for Facebook.
Oh no. Nope. I am not a Zuck.
Have you ever seen the video of him he's like live streaming in his backyard and he's just like, yeah, I'm like smoking some meat right before the presidential election. And it's just the most awkward thing in the world. He's just like, yes, I am human. I smoke meat.
Yikes. Big yikes.
That dude is not a human.
Oh, definitely not. Mark Zuckerberg is a lizard person. And it's the same thing. Dan's looking at me with a glazed over look in his eyes and like sticking out his tongue in the camera. But like Mark Zuckerberg, very similar to Mrs. Hillary Rodham Clinton, who like I thought would be a decent. The way things are and the way that the American political system works, like I do kind of wish that we were living in Hillary times and we could deal with more like superfluous shit as far as politics are concerned. But like I think like it's confirmed Hillary's a lizard person. I get it. But so is every other person who has been going and seeking like elected office in this country. Like she's no different than the rest of them, and like the system's worked pretty well for a long time. Like I would have rather dealt with the same old shit. Like I would have rather been dealing with like it's September now. Like right now is prime time for Fox News to be ramping up their fucking war on Christmas bullshit.
Oh,
rather than everybody right, left, and center sitting back and being like, it's Donald Trump. We're fucked.
Oh, man.
Like, I long for the days of just stupid partisan politics as opposed to, like...
dangerous partisan politics.
Yeah, like...
At this point, it's like, oh, crap.
Now, so I've been spending a lot of time on, like, lunch breaks and things like that. I've been watching a lot of Jon Stewart. I've been watching a lot of his talks with Bill O'Reilly. Like, I've been watching a lot of old political stuff. And I'm 6 seasons into another West Wing rewatch. So For those of you that are offended by liberal politics, I guess now's your... If you didn't get the hint during the first 18 episodes, now's the time to fuck off.
Or continue listening and maybe... Can,
yes. Also, yeah, maybe continue listening because like neither Dan nor I subscribe to Democrat versus Republican politics.
Well,
we're both...
I'm saying this, well, like maybe like listening to us will change maybe a viewpoint of yours. We're also not experts on any particular subject that we talk about, but like maybe like I don't mind hearing differing viewpoints as long as they're not like misinformation, like dangerous ideas.
Well, and that's part of the thing that I think is what's so powerful about like the podcast platform and stuff like that is that like this is everyman kind of stuff, you know, at least when it comes to politics. Like you said, Dan and I are not experts. We don't know everything. We are not political pundits. We're not anything. We're guys just sitting in two rooms shooting the shit the way that everybody should.
Yeah. We have,
like, we should be talking about these
two guys with mics.
Yeah. Like we happen to have enough like ego in our systems to be like, I bet people would like listening to us talk.
We got enough hot takes in the chamber.
Exactly.
Everyone's wrong except me and AJ. Don't take any other political information from anyone else except me and AJ. We're the right ones here.
It's only the two of us in our friend group. Like I don't think Dan or I is ever going to. We're never going to actually run for office. I'm pretty confident in saying that.
Well, I mean, I was president of Music Industry Club, and you were vice president.
Shit, we are entrenched in politics, aren't we?
School politics.
God damn it! Foiled again.
Yeah, foiled again.
But it's man,
we'll take down Carol.
No, Carol Simpson must be impeached. I will not hear anything different.
Oh my God, you're still on that.
I am still on that. Look through my Twitter history. Look me up on the internet. Carol Simpson must be impeached.
You sound like one of those people. You sound like okay. You sound like Donald Trump and how he is still talking about Hillary, and he's like Hillary for prison after the fact that he won the election.
I'm mad at you for making that comparison.
But I'm right.
But you're not wrong. And I hope to God, Jamie Christensen, I'm pretty firmly secure in saying she's a friend of the pod. Although it's been a while since Jamie and I have gone head to head on anything political, so we'll see. Jamie Christensen will hate the fact that I said it this way. And her husband, Michael, knows exactly why, and he's probably laughing his ass off when I say it, but you're not wrong. You're not wrong. Both of us are just sitting there with our hands out to our sides like, yeah, you're not wrong.
Yeah.
God bless you, Michael Daly. Thank you for giving me my name.
We kind of went off the rails that way. Well, off the show.
We always do, but hey guys, welcome back to the Packie Run. It could go any way. We try to talk about beer and sports and music, and we end up here.
Yeah, this is what happens.
This is our brand. Love it or leave it.
Do you want to start to wrap up here? Unless you have any other points you want to come across or make.
I think as far as points are concerned, I'm pretty, I think I'm pretty happy with where we ended up. It's got a good episode. We can dive into some recommendations.
Okay. My recommendation, I've been really reading this book lately. It's How to Be Like Mike. I was inspired after seeing The Last Dance, like the Bulls like documentary series that was on ESPN during quarantine, like a few months ago. But it's called Be Like Mike, and it's life lessons about basketball's best. And I just finished the first chapter of it, and I've been like slowly reading it a little bit each night, trying to make a habit of reading a little bit before I go to bed each night, just to help me fall asleep. And this is a pretty good book so far about like just how to be like Michael Jordan, what his mindset is. And it's a really good book about like goal setting and how you got to kind of take advantage of your own life and the situation. One of the things that it taught me so far is Michael Jordan when he was playing, he never thought about, he was never scared to take the shot and was not worried about taking the next one. He was only worried about in that moment, which I've had a problem with in the past, being in the present and not looking 10 steps ahead in my life. And it's by Pat Williams with Michael Winreb, and I would recommend it if you're looking into like personal development or trying to like better yourself in any sort of way.
I actually really like that recommendation. And I think what's the name of the book again?
It's called How to Be Like Mike.
How to Be Like Mike. And who wrote it?
By Pat Williams and Michael Winreb.
I might ask you, I might try and buy it or ask you to send it to me, because that actually sounds really good. I think my recommendation this week is going to be a little bit of a cop-out, so clown on me if you want to.
Oh.
I'm leaving the sounds in of you rubbing your hands together like Joshua fucking Lutz.
I mean, that's the whole point. That's why I made that so close to the mic, so it'd pick it up.
Josh, we love you. Please call us. I don't think either of us have heard from you in a while, and
we're worried
we love you,
about
buddy.
you.
We miss you. But yeah, my recommendation this week, in all honesty, actual genuine human emotion time here. Check in on your friends. Like, I know people say that all the time, especially when they're talking about mental health and the COVID pandemic and everything else, but like, actually, no bullshit, check in on your friends. Like, the thing that has gotten me through, obviously, like, Dan and I really took it to an extreme by being like, we need to check in with each other on a more regular basis. We're going to start a podcast.
Yeah, that is true.
But like, the thing that has gotten me through the past 6 months or whatever it's been has been being able to, reach out to my friends, having FaceTimes, having phone calls, talking to them constantly. We were just, I was just FaceTiming with one of our old roommates, Justin, before we started recording tonight. Like being able to sit down and just shoot the shit with people. Like, there's no agenda, there's no anything else. You're not asking anybody for anything. You just like reach out to your people. Like, if you've got a network, just reach out. I heard from one of my aunts today. She wants to make a trip up to Nashville because she's down a little bit further south than I am. And she was like, oh, let's go hiking. Let's do something. Let's take a weekend and go and do a thing. Like that kind of interaction means a lot to a lot of people. And yeah, if you have the opportunity, just talk to some people. Get on the phone.
Yeah, I mean, definitely that's a good recommendation. I don't think it's a cop-out. I think it's definitely, we have some wholesome recommendations this week.
Every once in a while, when we're not being shitheads, we are wholesome young American boys.
Yeah, talking about personal development and caring about the people in your life.
And then we go off the deep end and the Curb Your Enthusiasm plays.
Yeah, I mean, it's classic. It's going to happen no matter what.
It is what it is.
Yes. But next week, we actually have something planned this time.
We're going to try and go for a little bit of a format.
Yeah, we usually go off the rails and we're going to continue to talk about sports and whatever we feel like talking about, but we're actually going to have an actual real segment. We're going to try this out.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how the reaction is. We'll see. We'll ask you, lovely listeners, to actually interact with us and figure out, whether or not it's working or not.
Do you want to give them a hint of what it is, or like a little description of what it is?
So I mentioned, it's funny because I did mention earlier in the podcast, my cousin Mike. Mike has a podcast. It's called The Daily Screening, DALEY. And Mike and his best friend Bart have been reviewing movies for forever. But lately during the pandemic, they've been doing a little segment or kind of an offshoot of their original podcast called Does It Hold Up? Where they've been going through movies from their childhood, things like that, trying to determine, does this movie from my childhood still kind of hold up in the year of our Lord 2020?
Yes.
So Dan and I thought we would do something a little bit similar. Does it hold up, but for music albums?
Yep.
So I think we agreed, and this is probably going to be a little bit, again, it's a little bit of a cop-out because I think we've both talked about it on the podcast before and stuff like that. I believe we agreed that we're going to do On the Impossible Past by the Men Singers as our first Does It Hold Up album review podcast.
Yep.
So we're going to do that. We're going to go track by track. We're going to talk about, kind of the ins and outs. We're going to do a little bit of digging, maybe do a little bit of a history behind the album, stuff like that. But we're going to do a little bit of a Does It Hold Up kind of segment. And I'm not sure that's going to become the full kind of format of the Packie Run pod, but it'll be a nice kind of way, week after week, instead of kind of winging it and just talking and stuff like that. When we need it, we'll have a format that we can follow.
Right. And I mean, we're two people who care a lot about music. And we both work in music, you as a sound engineer and me as PR marketer, music grower person. And we just wanted a way to kind of talk more about music because that is one of the things that we really care about.
Yeah. So we'll hit you with that next week. Let us know what you're thinking, how you feel about it. Do you have recommendations on other albums we could do, things like that? It'll require us to do a little bit more homework, a little bit of additional investment into the things that we're doing here on the Packie Run. I think I really like the idea, and it opens up the opportunity for us to be doing some more interesting things with the format and continuing to grow what we're doing.
For sure.
All right. So it's nice to be back. Let us know what you're thinking. Let us know if you have any recommendations for Does It Hold Up albums, anything else that you guys want to talk about. We are at Packie Run Pod on Instagram and Twitter. Interact with us. Let us know what's going on.
Yeah, we'll talk to you next week. But
we will be back next week.
Yeah, no more 3-week breaks, baby.
Back in the saddle.
Oh, yeah.
We'll talk to you guys next week.
We're not going to die like the Bruins, but talk to you soon.
Fuck you.
Did you stop recording after that?
Nope.